The first Virgin Australia flight arrives in Bali. Virgin Australia, one of Australia's leading airlines, returned to the runway at Bali's International Ngurah Rai Airport this week after a 2-year absence. The relaunch of the airline's Australia to Bali routes has been a long time coming, and it brings a sigh of relief to the island's tourism industry. Australians are the most common international visitors to Bali. With the return of Virgin Australia to Bali Airport, international arrivals from Australia will skyrocket. The first Virgin Australia flight from Sydney to Denpasar, carrying 155 passengers, landed at 10:30 p.m. on Wednesday, June 15. The plane returned to Sydney the next day with 120 passengers on board. All Virgin Australia flights to Bali have resumed as of Wednesday, including those from Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne. During the peak season, these flights operate on a daily basis. Bali Airport went all out to celebrate the airline's return to Igusti Ngurah Rai International. The governor of Bali, Wayan Koster, personally attended the celebration, as did the general manager of PT Angkasa Pura for Bali Airport, Handi Hidayatwan, the Australian Consulate General in Bali, and Thea Griffin, and Virgin Australia's outsourced operations manager, Garth Evans. Governor Koster stated at the event the highest number of foreigners on the island of Bali is currently dominated by Australian citizens. As a result, maintaining connectivity between the islands of Bali and Australia is critical, as the island of Bali has become a second home for Australians. Anthea Griffin expressed gratitude on behalf of the Australian government and the airline, echoing his sentiments. After a difficult period, Virgin Australia is now able to return to the island of Bali with the full support of all parties. We thank you for the warm welcome given to us, Australians, by the people of Bali. Previously, we have hosted 2 airlines from Australia, Jetstar Airways and Qantas, with routes to various cities in Australia, Handi Hidayatwan said on behalf of Indonesia's airport management company Angkasa Pura. We hope that the return of Virgin Australia will increase air traffic between Australia and Indonesia. According to the most recent data, demand for travel from Australia to Bali has nearly surpassed supply ahead of the peak season in July and August. According to data shared by Bali Airport, Bali welcomed 48,000 Australian visitors in May, making Australians the top visitors to Bali. Prior to the pandemic, Australian visitors accounted for nearly a quarter of all international arrivals in Bali. Australian visitors to Bali are closely followed by visitors from the United Kingdom, with 15,000 visiting the island last month. Travelers from India came in third, with 14,932 people arriving in Bali to explore the island of the gods. Indian visitors to Bali are a growing market that the tourism industry will continue to capitalize on. Many cultural and religious values are shared by India and Bali, though there are significant differences between Balinese Hinduism and Hinduism practiced throughout the subcontinent. Travelers from Australia can now fly directly to Bali on 3 airlines, Qantas, Jetstar, and Virgin Atlantic. There are now direct flights from Sydney, Melbourne, Darwin, Cairns, Perth, and Brisbane several times per week. Travelers from Australia's Gold Coast will be able to fly directly to Bali beginning in March 2023. Virgin Atlantic launched the new service this week, hoping that it will make it easier to connect the 2 internationally renowned surf spots. Passengers on the new Gold Coast Bali route do not need to pay an additional fee to travel with their surfboards, which is a huge benefit for budget-conscious travelers who want to nip to Bali at the drop of a hat to catch a wave. The route is also ideal for Gold Coast-based Australian families who do not want to deal with the hassle of driving to Sydney or Brisbane before beginning their vacation.